Go.
All right, good evening, and welcome to This Week in Paranormal. We go into the mysterious, the unexplained, and the otherworldly. I'm Sean Wagner, your guide through the latest and strangest in all things paranormal, from ghostly encounters to UFO sightings, ancient mysteries to modern day miracles. We explore the stories that challenge our understanding of the natural world and captivate our imagination. Tonight, we're going to have some recent paranormal and UFO pictures and videos, as well as Bigfoot from around the internet, including a legitimate picture of our own. Yes, we're gonna have a real good video tonight.
Wow.
Also, check out the upper left corner.
Why?
Why? I'm glad you asked, Jim. I created an app, and that is a link link to it. It's handy. It has all kinds of links in the genre, as well as to help you go camping in Pennsylvania, and
Okay.
it has other helpful things. Um, which I'm drawing a blank on right now, but it has all kinds of links to finding paranormal places, Bigfoot places where there's been BFRO sightings, cryptid sightings, all that stuff is all right there.
Well, damn. I'm gonna have to get that. That sounds pretty cool. How's all that?
It is. It has a lot. It is a really cool app. All right. And all links to the videos will be in the description below. All that and more on This Week in Paranormal. Don't forget to help us out by liking, giving us thumbs up, subscribing, and sharing. Thank you. Now let's get started. How you guys doing? The lovely Kelly has joined us as well.
I have finally made it. Yes.
All
And it
right,
didn't take a
cool.
sledgehammer.
What about a sledgehammer?
I said it didn't require a sledgehammer, so this is good.
That is definitely good. That's preferred.
Yeah, well, yeah.
How you doing, Jim?
I'm doing good. I'm trying to adjust here.
All right, cool.
Hello, Kelly. I'm
Hello,
Jim.
Jim. How are you?
I'm okay. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm here, man. I'm here. I lost track of time. I was doing a lot today. So almost didn't make it, but let's get into the ghosty stuff.
All right, cool. Kelly's we'll do what Kelly says. Also,
I
before I forget, go ahead.
No, I'm
Oh,
good. Let's
also,
go.
all right. Also, we have episodes of Threshold coming out on the channel with the permission of Jack Carey. So thank you, Jack. Also, I want to say, I don't know if we said it yet on the air, but in case we did, I'm going to give my condolences to Lori Johnson on the death of her husband. Our thoughts and prayers go out to you.
Yes, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right. It is now that time. For those who've been watching my shows for a long time, it is now that time. Grab your drinks.
Oh, I got
Oh,
mine. Hold on.
you
I
have
gotta
one?
find
Okay.
it.
I know. There was no advance warning for you.
I know. I'm
Good
like,
job. You're prepared.
I am.
Excellent.
All right.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I forgot. I forgot to toast. Cheers to a good show. And we've almost made it to the weekend.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers
Okay.
to that.
Absolutely. Got an extra swig in because of the late toast. Nothing wrong with that as well.
That's
All
right.
right. Right.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
I had a
All
pop-up
right. We're
that
going to
came.
begin with.
Go
You
ahead.
all right?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to begin with the legendary Patterson-Gimlin video in actually HD. It's
Oh.
been some people I know from my past life on networks has made it into put the video into HD.
Hmm.
And here we go with Patterson-Gimlin. All right. That is obviously a small segment of it, uh, zoomed in a little bit and put into HD modernized.
It
Excuse
actually
me.
looks good.
Um, it does look good. Do you want me to play it again, or
No, I'm good. I mean, if you
I'm
want to play
what?
it
good.
again, what do we
We
want to talk
can.
about?
Well, what do you think of the Patterson-Gimlin film?
Well, I think she needs to go to the Bigfoot of the store and get a bra.
That's great. Oh,
Yes, that is awesome. Um, it's a good way to open up the talk on it. What do you really think though? Besides it's Bigfoot needs a bra.
Yeah, right. It's interesting. I mean, the video is definitely old, uh,
Yeah.
but it's. I mean, I didn't even notice that it was a female until they actually started talking about it because the video was so grainy before the older
hmm.
video. But every time they talk about it now, it's a her, it's a she.
Yes.
And then they actually, one of the shows I was watching, they tried to match up the tree stump where it was with the video, and then surprisingly, it's still there.
Hmm. That is interesting.
But yeah, it's an interesting video for sure, especially cleaned up like that. Man, that's so clear.
It is. I My opinion is, I'm sorry, I'm a hard skeptic. I would like to believe, but I tend to believe it's almost too good to be true.
See, I'm with you on that one, Sean, because the gate does not match what you would what I would expect. I would expect a more lumbersome gate and something that is um would move more side to side with the gate, or some like there would be just different movement. It looks like a human in a suit, in a very, very good suit. Maybe a special effects person did it. But the other thing is, why, if it's legitimate, it turned and looked at the camera and just kept walking like, okay, you're filming now. I almost got the feeling like whoever it was, turned, looked at the camera to make sure they were filming, and then kept going, because then towards the end, it almost turned and looked again. And I just, I don't know, it's too smooth, it's too easy. And walking through a field like that, it's not going to be completely level ground.
I think if I was a Bigfoot, I would run too. I'd be terrified that I was seen
Well, yeah, that, or
as well.
you hear the stories about people who have literally been chased out of the woods by these things and attacked. So if that's the case, then just walking along through the meadow, and why is this the only person who has ever caught a video like this, where it's where the gate is just so smooth and it does not care that you're there at all. It's not startled, it's not put off by the smell of a human or anything like that, and it's just going about its day.
Play the video again, Sean.
All right, 1 second here.
All right.
we're back.
Well, if you look, it almost looks like there's a shirt, like the top half is a shirt, because it's like bunched right there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that just don't fit. You know, even if the gate is legitimate, even if all the movements are legitimate, I've seen too many other videos where you see the hair kind of moving and it kind of waves. You know,
Yeah.
it has a different movement to it, and that all of that entire, whatever it is, because I do not believe that's a Bigfoot, is all moving without those. You don't see those individual hairs or sections of hair moving like you would assume they would.
Right. Right.
I
Well, the other
tend to agree.
thing, blowdowns in front. Between the Bigfoot and the camera, there's like trees down, a lot of brush. That could be one of the reasons why it's not running. Because who's going to get to it? You got to go through all that. So it was a smooth gate. It wasn't like a scary one, where it was in
Definitely,
fear.
definitely not in fear. I agree.
Yeah,
All
for
right.
sure.
Well, let's keep moving. We do have other videos, but that was cool to talk about the Patterson-Gimlin. The second one is we have a lady reporting on a ghost using her trampoline. Um,
Oh, geez.
Yeah, right.
now I already put 2 wishes in my comments, but I'm not going to say them yet. But but let's begin playing it. Of course, this is going to be a really good one. Here we go.
I hear something, and you just have to see this. See that? Watch. Look. Look. There's somebody in the trampoline. But there's not somebody in the trampoline. There's a fucking shadow. Oh my god. It stopped. It's getting out, but there's nothing. Oh my god.
All right. Go ahead. What do you guys think of that video?
I think she's really good with the Photoshop.
I
Yeah,
think
I would
somebody's got
definitely agree.
a fan or a blow dryer moving that screen inward.
My
Yeah.
thought,
I
it
was
doesn't
looking
look
at
like the
the trees to
trampoline's
see if
even
it was
moving.
breezy. No,
Yeah,
not
it didn't
even.
look to me like it was really moving at all.
Well, no, but it was. If you look at that and you
Was?
look, yeah, like it look at the frame line
Mhm.
where um the top of the frame where you would be standing on it, you can see the 2 feet going down. Play it again
Well,
and
I thought that was some
watch
kind
it.
of CGI. I thought that was like
I mean, that
Photoshop
could
crazy.
be. Yeah, that could be, but it's done well enough so it looks like there's 2 feet. My problem with that is that it looks like two very distinct feet, like it almost comes up in the middle of them. There's a distortion there, and I wonder if that is a CGI or if it was photoshopped or like a Photoshop remove tool where it just took the erased, if there was a person there, if it just took the person out of it. I guess my initial question though would be, when was this filmed? Do we have like a year?
Just current. I just got it recently,
Oh,
just over
okay.
the last, just like on Monday or Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So this could very well have been
Play
edited.
it again, Sean.
sure. It could still be any age, really.
Mm-hmm.
Well, can you play it
All right.
again?
Well, I thought, well, one thing, it lasts way too long to be paranormal. You want
Yeah.
to play it again?
Yeah,
Is
play
that what
it.
you said, Jim?
Yeah.
All right.
I hear something. And you just have to see this. See that? Watch. Look. Look. There's somebody in the trampoline. But there's not somebody in the trampoline. There's a fucking shadow. Oh my god. It stopped. It's getting out, but there's nothing. Oh my god.
All right. You can see where
Oh my God! Oh my God!
you can see where the video's been cut and edited.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely not quite legit, to say the
No,
least. I
I
want to
don't
thank
think
everyone
so.
for tuning in.
I don't think so.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. We're gonna go on to the next video a while. On that note, we have our next one is a spinning UFO over Moscow. It's engaged by the military with no effect at all. This one is a little bit hard to see. At the very end, though, you do get to see more of what looks like what could be some kind of thing being shot at from the ground. Uh,
Really? That's interesting.
yeah, at the end. But the first part's hard to see a little bit.
Russia was blessed over Moscow with a spinning drone or UFO type object that seems to be being engaged by the military, and the rounds seem to be not really having much effect on what this object is. I mean, you can see something spinning. There's a light at the back. There's no noise associated with this other than the crackling of the machine gun fire. And if we listen closely now, you can't hear it. It circles back, and they kind of give up. And this was seen on another perspective as well, where there's quite a few different perspectives of this object, and each one is just equally as weird. So I'm not sure what to think. Again, very strange. And the fact it's being engaged and having no effect, very strange once again. Alright? I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Russia, get a grip, bruv. What is going
All right, and we are back.
Yeah.
And
I don't buy it.
You don't buy it.
No, not
Why? Why not?
because if the military is engaging and they're shooting that many rounds, because you could hear the rounds in the back. If they're
You could.
if you're shooting that many legitimate rounds and you're not affecting this thing, couple things to consider. Either your military sucks at shooting things out of the
yeah,
sky,
exactly. Yep.
or you're shooting blanks at a training um a training plane or something like that. Maybe it was a training exercise and that was just one of their aircraft that they have out there for them to practice shooting at or something, and maybe they were just shooting blanks, or I don't know. But the other thing is, haven't we learned from past experience that when you engage with um a a UFO, and just for um just for the sake of everybody who doesn't really understand what a UFO is, a UFO is any object that is flying that cannot be identified at the time. So a 747 airplane, if it's shrouded and the conditions are right and it can't be identified, could be labeled as a UFO at some point. So just because it's a UFO, it doesn't mean it's from out of this world. It just means that we can't identify what it is.
Right.
Now, that being said, if how many other UFO sightings videos have we seen where as soon as it knows that we know that it's there and we try to engage with it, it takes off.
Yep.
Like they never
Yeah.
just hang around. So
No, they
I
don't.
don't, I really think this was a training thing. I think this was a training thing, and I don't know, maybe they had a blimp or something up there. I don't know.
I think that certainly makes sense, or some kind of, or something added a computer to it, or by
Something,
computer
yeah.
added something to it.
Yeah, because
That's
you
also
see
Yeah.
a
the trace,
possibility, I
you see the tracer rounds not even nowhere near
think.
the thing, and then it
Uh-huh.
shows up coming in
All
from
over the place.
the left side, moving right, and it's like, God, you guys are the worst.
I mean, maybe it was the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters. I don't know. It could have been
I
Slimer.
have
I
no.
don't know.
Anything's
Who knows?
possible.
I
Anything,
think that
but
I think what
what
you
I
said.
think it
I think it
wasn't,
was a video added to it.
yeah, it was something. This was not. I don't think this was any kind of UFO.
Oh, I agree. Definitely not. All right. Okay. We have next we have clear UFO footage. This is leaked from NASA of a huge
Oh,
object that appears and then suddenly disappears. Let's go.
Copy Moscow on your go. Standing by. Closing. With contact.
Contact and capture.
And we've got.
Oh, that was
All
weird.
right. That was weird. Gets close to the base or whatever, and that's it then. Poof.
hmm.
Yeah, that I don't understand the disappearing part. The space debris,
See, that's what I was thinking too. Some kind
or
of a,
like one of the rocket boosters.
yeah, space junk that's just moving through the atmosphere, and um perhaps it was burning out, burning up. I don't, it's hard, who knows, but it could have just disintegrated and been disintegrating while we were seeing it, and then that could be why it looks like it disappears. It's hard to say. It didn't,
Yeah,
something just doesn't it's one of those things that makes you go, wonder what that was. But I don't think it was a UFO, and I certainly don't think it was aliens.
no.
You know, no, not at all. I
I mean,
think
I know that
Jim, I
they're
think
from
you nailed it on the
NASA.
head when you said space junk.
Yeah, that's what I think. But it disappearing, who knows? It could have been somebody moving the camera out of the way. Because I don't see NASA astronaut actually fake video, but who knows?
I put down on my notes CGI, some kind of computer oriented, which I think there's a chance of that too. But regardless, we're all in agreement that it's certainly not real.
The markings on it were different. Never seen anything
Or
like
actually,
that.
maybe
But
it was. If it was space debris, though, it would have been a real
I
object.
think
If it
it
was space debris, though,
went a Elon Musk's rocket or something.
Yeah,
possible.
I mean,
You know, you never know. Also, I forgot to say, but for those of you watching and live and on demand later, feel free to put in comments your thoughts on any of these videos. And I'm sorry I didn't say it earlier. That's my fault.
Ooh,
All right. I know I messed up. about the millionth time I messed up on video here.
Yeah,
All
right.
right. Well, guess what? Yes,
Yeah,
I always
please,
mess up.
anybody, make a comment. Let us know your thoughts.
Yes, please do. But the next one, we have swamp. It's called Swamp Sasquatch. We have a
Oh,
video, or well, a swamp Sasquatch is captured on video by a boater near Lettuce Lake, and you're gonna get a close up of the Bigfoot capturing dinner and disappearing into the swamp. So you know this is gonna be good.
Mickey
Yeah, that's
D.
that.
It
Woo.
has all the
Okay.
makings.
It's a
Uh,
loaded.
Bigfoot Evidence provided us with the original raw footage. It's just amazing footage. This is cropped so that we can zoom in on the creature and you guys can get a better look at it. At the very end of the video, I'll put the original footage up. I did the guy's backstory on a video and I just wasn't satisfied with it. I wanted to do a better job. I wanted to crop in closer with this amazing footage. I'll give you guys the backstory as you're watching this. We're gonna do this, some zoom stabilized. I got better photos of the creature or screenshots, and I also got really good ones of the face. There was only like a frame or two that it actually looks at the cameraman or the guy in the canoe before it heads off to deeper water, and it looks like it, to me, like captured the snake or is in the process, perhaps caught its dinner before it heads off into the swamp. Just amazing footage. And if you guys didn't see the last video, or you did, I'm just going to give the backstory as if it's the first time you're seeing this. The guy writes Bigfoot Evidence from 2015. I was canoeing some of the swamps around Lettuce Lake Park and saw what I thought was a bear. I told the park ranger about it, and she said that bears don't generally get into the swamp, and that there were never many sightings in general. I showed her the video, and she said she didn't know what it was. I saw on Fox 13 a story about Bigfoot weeks ago. The mayor, Bob Buckhorn, made a statement about and thought this might be related in some way. I never put much faith in the skunk ape legends, but when I looked closer, I noticed that it had long swinging arms and moved through a very thick swamp with ease. Certainly can't explain it myself. I didn't ever get a close look, but I hope that this footage can be enlarged. You have my permission to use it.
that's different.
All right. It is different. A
Yeah,
close-up shot of Bigfoot in the swamps of probably Florida. I don't
yeah,
think
but you
that's
can see
made clear. I
there's like
think it's
no
where Lettuce
hair
Lake
on
is.
his face or nothing. You can see his face perfectly. So I'm a little. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you know the stories of
Maybe
the
I'm.
wild people that
What story
you
about the
know.
wild people?
Well, it was we were talking about it a couple years ago where they had feral humans running around
Okay, yeah.
some areas, and they were raised in the wild. I mean, the face was too clear. It was too human for me, for my
You
taste,
know,
anyway.
I mean,
Go ahead.
no, I'm sorry. I was just thinking. I mean, that one, that that clip, I would find to be closer to plausible. Um, Only because I mean, those swamps, they're hard to walk through. And I can't imagine a person getting into some kind of an ape suit or something like that and then trying to trudge through that swamp because um I mean, especially if it was in Florida, anywhere in the South, they've got gators in those swamps.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of people that want to walk through those swamps. So that would lend more plausibility to it. Plus, you could see how even though he was moving with relative ease, as they said, um, you could still see his whole body like sway as he was picking up his legs to move through the water. Um, it would lend more plausibility to me. Do I agree with you though on the idea that the face was very, very clear and um there was no hair like we would think,
Right,
or like we've seen with other things? I
right.
do, but then I also think about the idea that there are so many variations on, like, the three of us, we all look completely different.
Right.
Um, so I wonder if that's something that could be a gene mutation that just caused that, or if it is the wild people, or if it is, pardon me, legitimately, a Bigfoot, a swamp squatch.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a good. That's pretty good. Uh, I mean, there have been cases where there were feral humans. God, I can't remember where, but I mean, it could be a variation off of Bigfoot, or he stopped at Walmart and got a razor blade.
I mean,
it's
look,
possible.
maybe he needed to shave.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it
Well,
just
my thoughts. Well, my thoughts. I haven't filled you guys in on everything I know, background wise, too, on who the originator is of this video.
uh-huh.
Um, it's way too close and too good to be true, and to me, and it's not like running away. He's way too close. I would think again, you're going to walk away fast,
Yeah.
and it's from RMSO. To me, they are a habitual uh, post some good videos.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
yeah. I thought it's for Rocky Mountain Sasquatch. Not sure what the O. I assume organization in O. I have
Rocky
little
Mountain.
faith in
Really?
that. Yes, I have little faith in the most videos being legit. They do
Jeez.
analysis, which is sounds really good, and I was even fooled for a while. But they have too many videos almost for it to be so too
Really?
good to be true. Yeah,
Yeah.
they have too
Wow.
many good videos
Wow.
out there.
I didn't know that.
When yeah.
What
Well, I
if
didn't
he
tell you
was?
guys that. That's I kinda kept that secret. That's why I was gonna go last because I knew the other stuff.
Well, he could have been hiding from ICE too, because they're deporting a lot of people.
That is true. He would be an illegal alien, wouldn't he?
Well, yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
I mean, why not?
You definitely
But
qualify.
the thing is, if it's for being faked and knowing that it's from Rocky Mountain, um, I agree with you. They do. They get such tremendous footage, and
I'll have to check
it's
them
like
out.
nobody else can get the footage that they get. So I
Really?
feel
That
like
bad?
it,
Wow.
yeah. Nobody
Wow.
seems to be able to get as much good, quote unquote, good footage as they get. So I just find that almost impossible because any other organizations who go into the same areas get nothing. Or they
No,
get
there is.
some things, but they don't get the footage like these guys get.
Right.
And so I say that it's more plausible because the movements were more what I would expect. But you are correct that it's not running away. He is way too close. Um, and if he was hunting, um, if he was hunting and he was trying to catch his dinner, he likely would have been aggressive towards anybody who was entering into his area and potentially stealing his food, his catch.
Sure.
If you're
And
not running away, definitely.
exactly. So he was not bothered. So, I think it's interesting, the movements make it more plausible, but not probable.
All right.
That's
On
crazy.
that note, we're gonna move on to our next video. The legit video of the night. I don't always have a legit video of the night, but this one
Sure.
comes from one of our clients. It is an exclusive you will only see on here. Um, the client was concerned about activity at their house. I think we eventually gave him some possible answers. In this video, you're going to see a significant size shadow figure rise up fast near a chair.
Oh, that one. All
I
right.
know this one.
Yes, you guys do.
I
Take note of
do.
how the spots also are darker at other spots than what it is, or some of the spots of the darker area are darker than others. We're gonna play this probably 3 times in a row, so we'll emerge for a
Okay.
second or 2 until I hit the button again.
Wait. Now, I've showed that
You ready?
video to a couple people. Hang on. And
Okay.
1 out of the 3 did not see anything. So,
Did not see anything.
did not see anything. So,
I
that
don't
one
know how that's possible.
I would never
The
invite that one on a ghost hunt. No way.
Well,
She
we're
was.
gonna play it anyway. I think it's easy to see.
Oh yeah, my God.
All right. It moves fast. I did ask the client out of due diligence, is there any chance you created it by a computer? Kelly, you were there when I asked him.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, no. And I did not really think there was any chance of that. And that's the type of thing,
Well, it's good you asked.
just in case. I mean, there's always
Yeah.
that remote chance that maybe she says, yeah, we're really good at computers and we're trying to pull one over on you.
Right.
I mean, there was very remote. I didn't see her. She was concerned about the activity there and kind of scared in the past. So I knew what the answer was before I asked it. I really did.
Right.
Um,
Well, how about
but
that
like I said, due diligence. Go ahead.
the one that we did in Baltimore in
Oh,
murder capital?
yes.
We found out.
Yes. You were in a bad part of Baltimore.
Yeah, and
People
4
died
white
on the
people
street we were
walking
on. We
around.
were murdered on that street.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, yeah, people were
You-
literally murdered on the street we were on.
Oh
And
Lord.
well, that whole thing was fake because the was causing the.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, really?
We literally moved the tables and chair set with the clients upstairs with the air conditioning on to see if they could hear it, and they could not. And we debunked everything rather
That they
early.
played, right?
I was a little disappointed on that
Yeah,
one, big time.
that was a long drive.
But yeah, for someone who was, and he only had us go because we weren't charging anything to do it.
Right.
That's a long story. I'm not
It is
gonna
a
go any
long
further on
story,
that
but
one.
yeah, I mean, it
Yeah.
kind of reminded me when you were saying about it. But anyways, back to the video.
That's about as good as it gets. I don't know how to find something better than that.
Yeah.
There's not too much better than that, really.
Yeah, right,
Uh,
right. I was amazed when I saw it.
yeah. All right. And that now brings us to our special segment tonight. We
Ooh,
have part 2 of 3. Well, as far as I know, part 3. We're gonna have Betty Hill, who was abducted, who was a UFO abductee. She's gonna talk about tests that were performed on her. I have to do more research, see if I can find more than just part 2, but this is part 2 of an interview she did.
She had an opportunity to speak with the leader of the aliens.
When I asked the leader where he was from, I said, I know you're not from this planet. And this is when I saw the star map. It looked almost like I was looking out a window. It had dimension to it. It was about 3 or 4 feet long and about 2 feet high. There were all these balls of light in it. And the leader explained to me that the heavy lines, the places they go all the time or frequently, the broken lines were expeditions. He asked me if I knew where I was on the map. And I told him no, that I knew nothing about astronomy. And so he said if I did not know where I was on the map, then there was no point of trying to explain it to me. I just didn't have the necessary knowledge.
Betty drew the star map she had seen on board the spacecraft, and it appeared in her book.
I was taken into the first room Barney into the second room, where we were given, as the leader, as I call him, gave us testing. There were 11 beings, and for purposes of identification, I called one the leader, because he seemed to be in charge of the project of doing this testing, and he was the only one who spoke English. Then there was the examiner who did the testing, and then there were 9 others we called crew members. They stayed outside the room in the corridor. Our examinations were very much similar in that with both Barney and I, they checked our eyes, ears, nose, throat, took samples of our hair, fingernail, and they scraped our skin. With me, they touched my body with little points on wires. They said he was checking my nervous system. And then they attempted to insert a needle-like instrument in my navel. I objected that it would hurt, and he said it shouldn't hurt. When he did this, it caused a great deal of pain. He said it was a pregnancy test, and I said, well, that's no pregnancy test here.
Betty Hill was right. In 1961, there was no pregnancy test like that here on Earth. But in the early 1970s, 2 techniques, amniocentesis and laparoscopy, have both come into wide usage. Both are techniques that provide information about pregnancy and bear a striking resemblance to the experience.
All right.
Wow.
I find that video fascinating. I don't know well, I know a little bit about their story. Both she and her husband Barney were supposedly abducted into a UFO. Uh, I don't know either way. I don't know completely,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I found that
I
interview
mean,
fascinating. I stumbled upon it. Go ahead.
it is fascinating. Just the stuff that she said and the stuff
Hmm.
that came from it in the future is kind of wild, kind of different.
Absolutely. Could it have just been a dream she had somehow for some crazy thing?
I don't know. She's pretty detailed about that. I mean, I guess you could have a dream like that.
I guess you're right. She is awfully detailed in theory for a dream. What do you think, Kelly?
Yeah.
I don't know. Um, I think that, I mean, some people dream very vivid,
Mm,
almost psychedelic dreams. So, um, if I mean, is it possible it was a dream? Yeah, it's possible it was a dream. But in the 60s, when this supposedly happened to her, they didn't have anything like like they said, there was no amniocentesis.
yeah. Laparoscopy.
There was no laparoscopy. There was none of that. So,
None.
um, how would she have known to describe it
Right.
unless there was something else? I will say that it is one of those unexplained phenomena. Um, but I won't necessarily go as far as to say that it was a definite alien abduction. Um, only because, only because I feel like if the aliens are advanced enough to be able to travel eons to get to us and get here undetected for the most part, are they really going to need to do studies on us to find anything out? I mean, what can we possibly have to offer them so far as knowledge, because there really isn't
Yeah.
anything that we would have to offer them. So why would they need to probe us? It
Right.
doesn't make sense.
I don't like getting probed, anyways.
Look, yeah, I'm telling you. So
Yep.
it doesn't make sense, and I just realized that it's getting very dark in the room. So, oh look, now you can see me. Here I am.
Oh, damn. There
I
you are.
know. um, I was pretending to be Bigfoot, so
Oh,
um, I know. I'm sorry. Uh,
John, I
so
can't hear you. Nope.
Nothing, Sean.
Nope. Nothing.
Larry took his voice.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Aliens.
I know. I can. Larry's a shady little bugger. You gotta watch him.
Yeah, right.
It's always the green ones with the big eyes. You gotta watch out for.
Still can't hear you, Sean. No. You should stop cursing, though.
No.
I can read your lips. Oh, damn. What was that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-oh. He might be getting the sledgehammer.
Ooh. Looks like he disconnected.
Uh-oh. I think he did.
Yeah. He's gonna come
We'll
back
see if
on
he
in a
comes
minute.
back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he
Wow.
will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that video, I don't know either, because I mean, they, like you said, they come all this way to do experiments on us to find out our reproductive system. You think they would
like,
already know that?
well, and that's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't buy the idea that these super advanced beings are
Right.
wanting to study us for what purpose exactly. Um, now,
I know, right?
that is, of course, assuming that they are super advanced beings. That is, of course, assuming that aliens are coming here, that there are otherworldly beings coming here. All of that is open to interpretation, and I'll leave that to
Right.
everybody to decide for themselves how they feel about that. Um, but I think if they are advanced as we as a society
Perceive them.
perceive them to be,
Right.
then I don't think they need to do any probing or studies or anything on us at all. Hey, he's back.
Yeah. Nope. Audio.
Can you hear
Can
me
you hear
now?
us? Yeah,
There we
we can hear
go.
you.
Yes. I mean, the microphone changed. Something
Oh,
happened, and the microphone is not back on yet. I'm gonna
Were you
sit up because
abducted?
I'm using a different mic now. I'm sorry, what?
Were you abducted? Did
I
you get
guess I
probed?
was. All of a sudden, it's what?
Did you get probed? Inquiring
Maybe all of a
minds want
sudden
to
my
know.
connection just went. There we go.
it was Larry.
It must have been Larry. Larry's the
Where
only
is
one who
he?
could have done something. He's right back in
See?
there.
See?
You can't see him too well right now. Let me see if I can
Well,
change cameras too.
Well, anyway, we were talking
See
about
if
the
there
video.
we go.
Uh, why would an alien or aliens want to come and check our reproductive system
Yeah,
and
that's a
check
good
us?
point.
Period.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know.
It's really
All
wild.
right. Well, on that note, that's all I had information wise for tonight.
all right.
Thank you everyone for watching this episode of This Week in Paranormal. I look forward to having an episode very soon. Probably going to release a condensed version on Sunday morning. Be sure to give us a like or thumbs up and subscribe to everything we do here at the CPI-ParaWorld. Also, don't forget in the upper left, I have a QR code for an app and a website I created. It has all kinds of handy stuff, handy links in that. You'll be glad you did. Do you guys have anything else to add?
Yeah, for sure.
What do you got, Jim?
I don't have anything.
Okay.
Good show though. It was interesting.
It was a great show. So you guys
Yeah.
could hold on for a few minutes after I end it. Anything else to add?
I
No.
don't think so.
All right. Thank you for tuning in and so long.